Hey, everybody. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Nope, you owe me one.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Big Valley Living. What time is it, JJ?
Tailgate time.
Yes, it is tailgate time. Hey, it's the very end of the month, and we are part of a really fun collaboration, really designed to inspire you to come up with some fun ideas and give you ideas for tailgating. There's going to be a really nifty game coming up here in a few weeks in the United States. And so we're here to give you some ideas. Because we're in the Big Valley, what are we going to do? Fondue. You can do this at home. We're tailgating at home today, but you can easily take a fondue pot with a sterno in it on your actual trip and for tailgating. So,
Yeah, you can do it anywhere.
Yep. This collaboration is being hosted by Tiffany at Mascara and Tony at
Kettle Kitchen.
That's right. So thank you, Tony and Tiffany, both for all of the hard work that you've put into this. So we're going to get started on our actual fondue. We're not going to make this difficult. We've made it from scratch before, and it is a lengthy process. And unfortunately, sometimes it turns out and sometimes it doesn't. It has to do with the way that the bubbles burst. So what did we do?
The nice thing is you can take this and have it in your tailgate and not have to go through all that. So.
Yep, this is shelf stable. We have 2 of them because this is going to be our dinner. We are very excited about this. And we're making it real simple. This is just a cheese fondue. Got a nice little baguette here and some apples, and that's what we like to dunk. And then we have one more special treat that we'll make for you as well. So without further ado, let's get started.
Let's go.
A few things I want to show you is that you're going to need what's called canned heat. The brand name that most of us know this by is called Sterno. And they are not easy to open, probably because they will hold a flame for a long time. Suggestion, get yourself a flat blade screwdriver and just give it a little pry. You can like flip it. Look at me. You can just kind of flip it up and it'll come off of there. Then make sure to keep your little lid somewhere safe. And fondue pots come with this. No, there are some electric, but sterno or portable, let's call them portable pots, come with, like a little thing to put underneath. And it's pretty simple to work. Okay, so I need to get this lit so that I can start putting the cheese from the package into the fondue pot. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is just take this flame right here. There we go. And then you can see that it's going. There's just a little flame in there, and that's gonna keep everything going. It's like a little blue flame. This little feller on top is going to regulate the heat for us. So if it starts to get too warm or bubbling too fast, you're just going to move this little lever forward and backward. At first, I'm going to go ahead and put it at about the 3/4 side.
But be careful, that will get very hot.
It will get very, very hot, yes, thank you. On this particular model, it has a little stand that we're going to set that on. Make sure that there's some fresh air, a fresh air source if you're inside. We actually use this very same pot for little smokies and maybe to keep meatballs warm. And then there's another kind of fondue where you put oil in here in the pot and you get it hot enough to cook meat and vegetables in. You can always, if you like your grandchildren a little bit or your kiddos, you can put chocolate and cream in here, get some fruit, and have a chocolate fondue. Take these packets. I want you guys to see you don't even need scissors. Whoa! Pot's hot. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce the heat just a little bit. And I have a heat-proof, heat-safe spatula because we're going to need to make sure that we keep this moving. Oh yeah, that got pretty warm on the bottom. So it melts down pretty quickly. I'm going to reduce this heat to probably about 1/4 just to make sure that I don't scald the bottom. Package number 2 Ooh, there's a little liquid in there that I didn't expect. It's been a while since we've made this. The biggest thing we need to do is keep turning this while it heats through. Traditional cheese fondue is made with Gruyere or with, you hear Swiss cheese a lot, but actually it's either Gruyere or Emmentaler, which are Swiss and French type cheeses. And fondue actually started in the 1800s in Switzerland, because by the time winter came in the Alps, they didn't make bread all the time. So they might have a little bit of kind of hard or stale bread. And then of course they always had cheese around. And this was a nice winter meal for the family when fresh stuff was scarce, but they still had to carry on and fortify themselves. It was first brought to the US actually at a World's Fair in the early 1900s. And I think that fondue really made a big hit in like the late 60s, early 70s here in the US. I can remember, I actually have a little fondue book from the 70s from Sunset Magazine. Okay, so now we need to just kind of make sure that our heat source is going. And then I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do next. Make sure that your heat source stays on, okay? Mine actually, I snuffed it a little bit too much and it went out, so I had to relight it. So you do want to keep your eyes on your heat, like I said earlier. And it's already starting to soften up. Right now it kind of looks like ricotta cheese in here. Oh, so good. So good. And if you make your fondue from scratch, you take garlic cloves and you get it all over in the pan there, and then you put, I think, some Kirsch and white wine, and then you have to add your cheeses real carefully. And I'm telling you guys, this is the way to go. These are about $7.99 to $8, maybe $10 per package at grocery stores here. Almost all of them have it. I got mine at Whole Foods. Because Whole Foods is owned by Amazon, I'm sure you could go on Amazon and order a few. I hear my heat starting to turn up a little bit, so I'm gonna just adjust that. But I'm not gonna go too far. Okay, so the beauty of this bad boy is that I can move it over to the side. It's on a lazy Susan right now, so we'll be able to turn it. So I wanted to tell you guys, the very first tailgate may go all the way back to the days of the gladiators, if you can believe that one, because they had to take some food with them while they were hanging out and watching, I don't know what you'd call that quite, I guess the show, the spectacle that it was, right? However, oh, we're getting warm again. Oh my goodness gracious. You do have to keep up on this, let me tell you. Daisy and Leo say hello. Now I'm just cutting these into, bite-sized pieces, but not too small. We used a French baguette because it's a little bit softer. We don't really need a hard bread. And so I'm just putting those into a bowl while we talk about this. In 1861, at the Battle of Bull Run during the United States Civil War, people actually came out with picnic baskets and food. And that battle was actually nicknamed the Picnic Battle, believe it or not. And so if you didn't learn that in your U.S. history class, or if you're not from the United States, picnics and watching people kill each other was a real thing. Isn't that delightful? Let's talk about football. In 1869, there was a game between Rutgers and Princeton in New Jersey. And at that game, they did bring tailgate food. Now, the main reason back then that they did it was that there weren't any concession stands. You couldn't buy your $12 hot dog, so sorry. And getting to and from the games, obviously, they didn't have, vehicles, like gas-powered vehicles. So it took a while. It took a while to get from home to the game. So they needed something to eat on their way there, something to eat during the game, and then a little snacky snack on the way home. And that's where tailgates really kind of took off as far as things for sporting and everything in the US. So I hope that you find that interesting. And if you have a nice crusty sourdough loaf, this would be great too. We just tend to like this kind of bread. Let's give this a little stir. And while we're talking about tailgate time, let me tell you a little something about this collaboration. There have already been a ton of excellent recipes shown. I mean, my goodness, I have so many ideas. And there's going to be a live giveaway. And how do you get involved in that live giveaway? Well, it's going to be held on Sunday, February 4th on Kettle Kitchen. It'll be live at 2 p.m. Pacific time, okay? So that would also be 5 p.m. Eastern, but 2 p.m. Pacific. And if you're familiar with Kettle Kitchen, he tends to do a Sunday functional chat usually at that time. So this giveaway will take place of that. Tony knows how to do a fun giveaway, trust me. So there's gonna be a lot of fun prizes and a lot of really neat donations came in. I do want to mention that the playlist, so that you can go back and watch all of the other videos, okay? The playlist will be on Mud and Mascara on her page, on Tiffany's page at Mud and Mascara, as well as I'm going to drop a link at the bottom of our description box, and you can probably also find that playlist on Tony's channel at Kettle Kitchen on YouTube. Now, if you leave a nice and original comment on each one of the videos, you increase your chances of winning a prize from a random drawing. Don't just say pick me or anything. It needs to be a thoughtful thing showing that you watched the video. And you can also go to the live giveaway, and not only will you have a lot of fun and a lot of laughter, but Tony does hashtags. So throughout the video itself or the live giveaway, there will be surprise hashtags, and you can win things there as well if you attend the live. Oh, it's just getting as creamy as can be. Oh my goodness. It's just melted cheese, y'all. Melted cheese. Look at that. Yum, yum. All right, now, we like apples. You gotta have a little bit of something, something. Some fruit and fresh vegetables. We could have done shrimp, which would have been really good, but we didn't have any on hand, and I wasn't gonna make a special trip to the store. And I really think that the bread and these apples, which is our favorite thing anyway, are gonna be just enough. So again, make sure that you cut your apple in bite-sized pieces. And we're getting a little warm again. Boy, this thing is really, I'll tell you what, this fondue pot is the bomb diggity. I have had this thing for probably 22 or 23 years. And it has come in handy on numerous occasions. All right, see, so now all we're doing is slicing these up in bite-sized chunks. And to keep them from browning, I'm gonna take a little bit of a beautiful lemon from our beautiful lemon tree. I have a discard bowl here. And we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of lemon juice on top to keep the apples from browning. I have a friend, Leanne at Mennonite Farmhouse, who also was talking about keeping things nice and white, like if you're doing apples or pears, by dipping them in Sprite. And I believe Angela at the Inquisitive Farmwife does the same thing. I had never known about that. We've just always used lemon, but that is such a great idea, especially if you happen to have a couple of, bottles of soda down in your pantry for little get-togethers and such. The next little snack I'm gonna make is so much fun. So originally, this is actually what I was thinking about doing, but I've seen a few different ideas where people have made these little skewers. This is kind of the price you pay for doing something at the end of the month. But what I'm actually gonna do is we get these little balls, and I know we're already having cheese, but I like these. I get these little 3-packs at Costco, and you get a whole bag of 3 packages of mozzarella balls, and they're just perfect. They're like the size of a cherry tomato. So I'm just gonna put about 9 of these bad boys into a small bowl. I'm gonna slice up some summer sausage. And last but not least, we're gonna take some of our marinated mushrooms that we made for January. If you wanna see how to do this, this is actually a steam or water bath can recipe in the USDA guidelines, and they are amazing. So we could take these skewers and make up little ones if we want to just have cheese and meat and mushrooms, you know, whatever we want. But this is going to be our dinner, so we're going to have some fun with it. Are you ready to tailgate, mister?
Heck yeah. Let's dish it up, lady. Dish it up.
So we're just going to have a little nappy. Little plates, and I do want to mention that you don't have to be super fancy. These are fondue forks. Can you show them the fondue fork before you start digging into food?
So here's a fondue fork.
If you don't have those, but you might have little crab forks, those work as well. You just don't want to let them slide in. And if all else fails, use yourself a fork. Okay?
Or you could use toothpicks, whatever.
You gonna have a marinated mushroom to start with?
I am. Let's start off. Let's start off crazy.
You totally stole my. I need that. No. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had. Okay.
No, I have 50 over there.
My issue.
Okay, are you gonna dip that in here? Holy Moses. Okay. Oh, steamy deliciousness. Let it cool for a second. Oh my gosh, you guys, so good.
So
oh wow, that's a good idea.
In there.
You could do some, vegetables like broccoli. You could either lightly steam it or blanch it. You could do it raw if you like it. You can dip whatever you want into cheese that you think cheese would be good on.
You can even dip cheese. This is cheese.
You are not going to do that.
Dipping that in the cheese. I'm just saying. Look at that.
I'm eating the stuff that we're intended for. Apple.
It's just nummy. This is all I have available to me, so it's her fault.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for stopping by Big Valley Living. I'm going to have to feed my husband, get that bread over to him.
If you've never tried fondue, fondue is fun. You know, like she said at the beginning, you can do cheese or chocolate or do the oil with the meat, all that kind of stuff. It's amazing. And
it's fun though. It's
fun
finger food. It's finger
totally
food.
Finger
we
food.
love it. So make sure to go check out all of the content creators that you're going to see. There are actually going to be 2 on the 31st. So make sure that you watch both of those. It's going to be Nanny Tam, first video ever. You go, Nanny. I can't wait to see it.
Nice.
And Tony at Kettle Kitchen. Yeah.
Cool.
So February 4th, Sunday, February 4th, this coming Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Go to Tony at Kettle Kitchen and watch for the live giveaway. It's going to be a lot of fun. Give yourself about an hour or 2 because they usually, it's going to be a while. But maybe make yourself a fondue and enjoy.
See you later, everybody.
Be kind. Oh, that's nice.
Yep.